welcome back to Quarter Life Crisis. My name is Alyssa.
I'm Maya.
I'm Daniel.
And today we're going to talk about roommates.
Roommates.
Yes. Have you guys all had roommates?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I still have. I live with 4 people right now, so there's 5 of us into a room. How many of you guys?
I just live with my girlfriend.
Whatever. Roommates.
I lived with like 3 people at once in college the first time, and then when I went into the military, so I had lots of roommates at one point, about 30 of them, but that's a little different.
Whoa.
So yeah, they can be the best and they can be the worst.
The absolute worst.
Yeah.
What was the dynamics like in your guys's? Like, did you guys like having roommates? Did you not?
College is the perfect time to have roommates.
I think it's definitely a good time to experience what it's like to have roommates.
Because everyone fights anyway, so it's like
Yeah.
you're going to fight with your roommates, you're going to fight with your friends, just get a house together, fight, figure it out, and then, you know.
One of my main issues with roommates, because like freshman year I lived with 6 people, and then
6?
Yeah, there were 6 of us total, and then the next 2 years there were like 4 of us total. But cleaning.
It's like Survivor. You got rid of those motherfuckers.
Cleaning was like the
big
biggest
issue.
thing.
I don't know. I just, especially because I live with my sister and I live with a couple other girls. They're my friends. But my biggest issue is like the cleaning with me and my sister. Like, I'm like, girl, put the dishes away. You know what I mean? But like for her, she's like, no, I'm not going to listen to you. Like, my fucking sister, you know? But when it's like between her and a roommate, you know, it's a little bit of a different story. Like, oh, hey, like, can you put the dishes away? And she's like, okay, yeah, you know. But for me, I'm just like, okay, well, when I say it's an issue.
I wasn't always the best roommate, like, as far as, like, cleaning. Like, no, I mean, I'm saying I didn't clean. I'm just saying that, like, I could have been better, and, like, so could everyone, you know, in some rights. But, like, the only thing that really made me mad about when people didn't clean is if, like, there was food on the dishes they left out. I'm like, because that's I lived in the South, and I'm like, that's ants, roaches, like, all kinds of shit. Like, don't do that shit, you know?
It's, like, all different dynamics. Like, for example, like, I never even knew how to use the dishwasher before, but my roommate, they're like, we use a dishwasher every single night. And I was like, we use that as a drying rack, you know, so.
No, we did the same thing
so
with
funny.
my girlfriend. Like, when we first moved into, like, a place where it was, like, the 4 of us, and there was a dishwasher, she was like, hey, you guys are gonna have to show me what to do.
It's so self-explanatory. You put the dishes in there and you press
You put
start.
the dish soap, okay, then now you got bubbles on the floor.
It's labeled,
dish
guys.
soap?
It's
Okay,
labeled.
that was only one time, but I know it's different.
That's so funny. I never had a roommate or anything that did that, but I had one that I thought might. You know, so you have to like.
It's so weird because
Watch
you have
out.
to realize how differently people grow up. You know, and this is the first time a lot of people are living on their own, so they have to learn how to do all their own things that usually like their parents do. So like laundry was a big thing for us too, like figuring out like with 5 people, how the hell are we gonna do laundry? Like we originally did days when there's only 3 of us. But like that was fine because the weekend and Friday, you know.
Yeah.
But now there's 5 of us. So when the hell is everyone gonna do their laundry? So
That's tough, dude.
yeah, I mean we've worked out it's not even like a set system, but right now like we kind of just let each other know like, hey, I'm doing it. Like nobody else do it. But I don't know what other people's approaches are.
Okay, tell me, how often do your roommates leave their shit in the washer or dryer and then just like leave the house or something?
Oh, my sister does that all the time.
Yeah.
Like she does that
Murder.
all the fucking time. Like I understand if like because we have a gym in our apartment, so I understand if you're gonna go to the gym for like 30 minutes an hour while it's like going, okay, go ahead, I don't care. But that was one of the arguments that my sister and my roommate had, was that like my sister left it in there for like 12 hours and I was like, girl, and I told my roommate, I was like, just take it out. And so it was a little
that's how it is with me.
Like,
I won't even ask. I'll tell you, hey man, you left your stuff in there, and then if you do it again, I'm like, your shit's out. I don't care anymore.
I think, well, obviously, like, when you become friends with them, like, it gets harder to just be like, oh, I'm just take your shit out. But at the same time, like, you have to understand that, like, it's everybody's shared resource.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, when that happened, it was just and she was like, well, I already told you guys I was using it. And we're like, but we have laundry, too.
Yeah.
So
you don't get to just use it and then keep your stuff in there and store it while you do whatever you want. Like, you use it and you're done. Like, that's it, you know?
Yeah. I just think that, it's just the dynamic of like cleaning. You know, some people literally don't clean at all.
Okay, so you find out very quickly how people grew up. You kind of said this earlier, but like I knew a kid that like we had to teach him how to use the vacuum cleaner because like we were cleaning everything, and he's like, we were like, you have to go vacuum the room, whatever, and he's like, I've never used a vacuum before. What do I do with that? And I'm like, it's a vacuum, dude. You plug it in, you push the button, and you just move a lot. Like I don't.
Oh my god.
So yeah, it's that part about having a roommate is like wild because I mean, it's like, what world did you come from that like you don't know how to do things?
Yeah, and just like, not only like cleaning can be an issue, but what was I gonna say? Cleaning. What else is an issue?
Don't interrupt her. You'll break her thoughts. She'll never get them back. I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to do this.
I don't know what I was gonna say. Oh, like the kitchen storage spaces, like in the kitchen, like there's 5 of us. How do you split a fridge like that? You know, like we originally just were just putting anything anywhere, but like we're forgetful people. You know what I mean? We forget very easily, and so.
And if you eat something that someone else also eats, one of you is gonna forget that you've finished yours, and then just eat the other person's. You know? That
Yeah, exactly.
Happens too.
And like. It's just weird because, like, with me and my sister, I'm like, it's my sister. I'm fucking eat her food.
Yeah, what's she gonna do? Fight me?
What's she gonna do? You know?
Okay, round 38.
Sometimes we're like, oh, I'm just gonna eat her food. Then what if it's somebody else's food? And you're like, sorry.
Thankfully, I never had that problem. We had like a house, so like we had a big ass pantry, and there were only 4 of us, so we had like.
No, we split the
shelves,
pantry.
You know?
For a 5-bedroom apartment, they only had 2 for a cabinet for food.
That's it.
Yeah. So we had to like split rows. We were like, okay, this row's mine, this row's yours. Like, it was so ridiculous.
That's how we did it. We had like just each person got like a row, and then there'd be like a community row that was like if we didn't want to finish something, we could like whatever. But so I lived with my wife she was just a friend at the time, and then my best friend, which was her brother, and it's funny because she'd put stuff in the fridge and he would just fucking eat it the same way.
That's how my brother is. He just eats everything. And I'm just like.
And then she'd get mad at him, so he started telling her, because she would be like, you just at least have to, like, ask or whatever, and he'd be like, okay. And instead of asking, he'd just tell her while he was eating it. He'd shout it at her from the, like, room. Yeah, so
no.
It's good stuff.
Sometimes the siblings are the worst roommates.
Yeah,
because they don't give a fuck.
I could never live with my sister.
No.
I could. I know it would be hell, but, like, my sister's my favorite.
The first 2 years, it was hell with me and my sister. Yeah. Like, absolute hell. But like now that we have like different schedules and we rarely see each other, it's a lot better. Yeah. But even when we see each other a little too much, I'm like, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of that's siblings for life, dude. Like you get closer as you get older just because you see each other less and you have your own lives, and then you're like too much time together, family vacation or whatever. You're like, I'm gonna fucking kill this bitch.
No, yeah, definitely.
How do you guys? So sort of to change direction, sorry, randomly, but how do you guys deal with like payments, like bills and stuff like that? Is it like
ours are all our own, and then the apartment splits it up first because it's a student housing. So
if one of you fucks up, like not all of you are affected, they just have to deal with the apartment people.
So like if say I damaged something in my room, it's just my responsibility. Yeah. If it's in the common area, then they charge us all. But if it's like in my room, I broke a window, then that's my fault.
So, okay, so let's say you break something in the common area because you're just fucking around, you're drunk or whatever, and then, like, who are your roommates going to be like, all right, bitch, you're paying for that?
Honestly, I would, if it was somebody else and they broke something, I'm like, I'm not paying for that. You're the one who's drunk. If you can't handle yourself drunk, then you shouldn't be drinking. So that's my thing. Is like, if you break it, you're paying for it. I'm not going to split your stupidity. You know what I mean? So, like, that's my personal take on it. Because if it was me, you know, like, I would feel bad. Obviously, I'd be like, I don't want to pay for the whole thing. But, like, at the end of the day, nobody forced me to break it, you know? Yeah. But I don't know what you guys think. Would you split it?
Oh, no, definitely not. I'm just curious because, like, money comes into, like, a play a lot with roommates and, like, stuff like that. 100%. So, like, people are always, like, you know, I don't know, weird about that.
Especially when people come from different backgrounds. Like, some people, their parents pay for everything. Some people, they pay for everything, you know. Some people, they don't have to have a job. But some people, they have to have, like, multiple jobs, you know. So I definitely think, like, money is the biggest thing that not really a lot of people talk about.
Yeah.
But I know some people, they have the relationships with their roommates where they're like, oh, I'm just gonna take this from her, like, okay,
Mhm.
you know, oh, I'll get you that. I like the relationship where it's like, oh, I got you this time, you got me next time.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I know
yeah.
some people, like, for example, like one of my roommates, she's very much so like, oh, split it, like, oh, send me $3 from yesterday, send me $3. I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You know.
I'm fine with like however everyone wants to do it, but I've noticed that like y'all's generation and younger, like you're very much like, I got you, next time you get me. Like you trade back and forth a lot more than what we did, which I like, because like I don't. Sometimes I
Well,
just
some
forget my
people
wallet or
nowadays,
whatever.
they
Like just
really-
let me, you know.
Yeah, nowadays though, people are like, Venmo me $3.50.
It's like, whoa.
Like,
I barely
I'm
use
fine
any-
with that, dude. I mean,
yeah.
it's tough out here for everybody. So like,
But if I literally just bought you something that was like, oh, I covered your lunch, and then the next day you can't even, like, you're gonna ask me back for like $3 for like a coffee, I'm like, okay, so what was me doing this for you?
Mhm.
yeah,
You know, when
yeah. Small things like that to me, I'm the same. They're like insignificant to me. I'm like, you don't even have to pay me, but just like,
yeah,
it's
Mhm.
fine. Like, dude,
if it's
whatever.
big,
Just
okay,
do
I
it for me.
understand
man.
that.
Whatever.
Yeah,
if it's like
yeah,
a $300 dinner,
yeah.
everyone's
Yeah,
paying their own.
we'll split it.
We're all pay our own.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, what do you think about that?
Splitting versus just like covering.
Yeah.
I'm always just like, no, I got it. It's okay. Like I always am like, I can do it. But so like I'm more of just like we like switch off, you know. So yeah, I've never really had the type of friends who are like, oh hey, Venmo me for like this portion of your lunch yesterday. But random encounters I've had have been like that, and I'm just like,
I've never had the opportunity because, like I said, like I was different. So, like, if someone buys you something, you're like, okay, I'll pay you for this immediately. So, when Venmo came out, I was like, I would never even like give someone the chance to be like, hey, Venmo me for that. I'd be like, hey, what do I owe you for this? Like, it's
Exactly.
immediately, you know,
No,
just
I had this situation with somebody who
her name's Rebecca, and that bitch is dead to us.
fucking Rebecca. So hey, Rebecca, we'll call her Rebecca. So Rebecca went out with some of my roommates, and they went out one night with like Rebecca's boyfriend at the time, and like my two roommates. And so they went to Roberto's. And so my roommate, she got carne asada fries. Rebecca got like, I don't know, tacos or something, and then the boyfriend got a burrito. And the boyfriend was like, oh, I don't want to finish the burrito. And my roommate was like, you know, they're fucking, she was like, if you don't eat it, I'll eat it. And he's like, okay, go ahead. And then the next day, Rebecca was like, oh, can you Venmo this much to him? And she was like,
No, thank you.
How come it's this much, right? And she was like, oh, because like he originally like put it all on his card because she didn't have her card. So she was obviously gonna pay him back for the carne asada fries, but she was like, can you pay him back this much too for half of the burrito when she only had like the end of it?
oh, that's crazy.
I was like,
What? I would have just said
That's
no.
crazy.
I would
I
have
was
said
like,
no.
no way. And she was like, and also like some of this that I was like, no, like you are not doing that. I literally told her, I was like, you are not doing that. I was like, you can pay her back for the fries, but at the end of the day, like if I'm like, oh, I have leftovers, here you go, I might be like, send me $10.50 for that. Like no, if I'm
No.
offering it, or like if I say yes at the end of the day, like
Yeah, and if it's something that like I'm gonna take home, I would just say like I'm gonna eat this later.
exactly.
But like if I'm done with it and I'm not gonna take it home,
Yeah, because
I'm
he
not
was the
gonna
type of guy
charge
to
someone
just
for
throw
eating it.
things away.
yeah,
Like he's the type of guy to, like if he has leftovers, you just throw it away.
nah.
But I
And if
was
you
like-
are the person that wants someone to pay for that, you got to be like, yes, but you need to pay me.
Yeah,
for
you
this.
have to
Like,
say
it's
upfront.
up front. You can't come back later.
after I
Yeah.
finish eating.
Yeah,
it.
I feel no remorse being like, go fuck
But the
yourself.
thing is, it's like I'm pretty sure it wasn't even him. I'm pretty sure it was Rebecca who was like, "Oh, like you need to do it." I don't know if she was like scared that he was gonna get like upset or something. But I don't know. It was just super weird to me, and I was like, "No, you're not doing that. I don't care. It's just weird to me." Like, and she was like, "It was literally just the end of the burrito too," and I was like, "No." Anyways,
I would never eat a burrito after a person though.
it's true. Okay.
So
Should we-
you don't ever have to like deal with like a roommate just not paying rent, you know?
No, we don't, because we
That
all get
sucks.
charged
Yeah.
individually.
Yeah, that's cool.
Too
What
much.
about you?
but-
You've never had like a roommate situation like that?
My not right now. It's different because like it's not considered student housing anymore. So it's just like this one like flat bill that we each have to do like pay separately. So if like one of us like doesn't pay, then it's like uh-oh.
Yeah.
But before it was always like we were each like billed individually, but we had a common share for like we had like NV Energy and like Spectrum Wi-Fi. That was all like I had Wi-Fi on my account and my other roommate had like Energy, and they would just like either like Venmo request or say like, hey, it's so and so like this month, and you would just get a Venmo.
Okay, yeah. See, that's how we did it. We'd have like split bills. Like I would do internet, and then they would do water, and somebody else would do power. And then
ours is just one big bill.
You'd split each bill individually, so you didn't have to worry about how everything worked out. But
yeah, that can be stressful though, because I've heard like stories where people like won't send it.
Yeah, or like I'm not like I'm very ADD, so sometimes I would just forget the date. So like I wouldn't know it was the first of the month, and my roommate would be like, hey man, just
say it.
And I'm like, what? And he's like, duh, I have to pay the rent. And I'm like, what? The rent. Oh, if I forgot, just fucking ask me, dude. Like,
yeah.
I was a bad roommate in that way, but like it wasn't that I wasn't like paying rent. I forget shit sometimes.
Yeah. No, we'd have like reminders like on like we had a little whiteboard set up, and it's like reminders like rent today, and it's like.
That's so smart, dude. That's so smart. Because he was like him and his dad like co-signed for the house. So like he was the one that like went to the place to pay rent or whatever. So like if I'm not doing that, I'm not going to remember, you know?
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah.
Anyways, should we move into roommate stories?
Do it.
Do you guys have any fun roommate stories?
I just have a kind of gross one.
Okay,
it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Start us off.
It's not that bad. Freshman year, so it was when I was living with like there was like 6 of us total, and we had like 2 bathrooms, so 3 of us to this one, 3 of us to the other one. And in the other one of the girls would like eat in the shower, and so like one time like
trying to make the most of her time. This girl had no time.
And so, but like she'd be like eating, and she'd like. She wouldn't like clean her hands before like grabbing like doorknobs and stuff, so there'd just be like dried food on like doorknobs.
Oh.
And so like one of my other roommates, she was like the one that had to share a shower with her. She was like one time I was reaching up for like some soap, and there was like just a raw carrot just like hanging out just in the shower. And there were like bowls and stuff just like set to the side from when she was eating. Yeah.
That's terrible. Didn't even clean up after herself after.
That is so.
I didn't have to deal with that, but that was one of my roommates.
I wouldn't have dealt with that. I'd be like, one time, I promise I'll put all of your stuff outside. I don't care.
No, I would have
That's gross, dude.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh my God. Sometimes when we'd have to like, she'd like, hey, I'm like locked out. Can you like grab like my like whatever from like my desk? We'd like go into her room, and like her desk was just like covered with like, she loved to eat like protein powder mixed with water, and she would just stir it together and just like eat it like with her fingers.
Yeah.
And
what?
Yeah. I can't even get into that. She just.
Just with her fingers.
Yes. It'd be like a paste that she would just like spoon like into her mouth like with just like her fingers.
You guys seen Where the Crawdads Sing? Or is that the movie? Is that the movie? Whatever.
We're young.
No, it came
What's
out
a
recently.
book like? This is like
When the Crawdads Sing, Where the Crawdads Sing. I think
something like that. Anyways, there's a girl in there that like she grew up not with like no parents or whatever, so like she would do shit like that. So like maybe that's
wasn't
what happened.
that.
Okay, she's just gross. Okay.
She just would do that.
She's different.
But like we would like go into her room, and like so she would like eat stuff like that, just like a paste, and like but she wouldn't like, clean her hands, and so like her like keyboard, like her computer keyboard, caked. Her, like drawers, like we had to like try to find like her like things so she could get in. It was bad. It was bad.
That's grossing me out just thinking about it, dude. I'm not even looking at it. Oof.
God, you just dealt with it the whole year?
Yeah, we weren't gonna live with her next year, and it's like I wasn't sharing a room with her.
So it didn't bother you too?
It wasn't my issue.
Yeah.
I just looked at it and said,
oh. Do you have any?
Well, I kind of have like a funny story of like, it's not really so much about roommates, but it kind of is. Like we used to feed this possum that was in our backyard when it was like a baby. Yeah, it was a little possum. It was in our backyard, and we would feed. Yeah, dude, they're cute, man.
Go ahead.
And we'd feed it like leftovers that like. Okay, they were bad leftovers. They're like spoiled or whatever. And like no, someone forgot to eat them or whatever. So we'd like just feed it like whatever was in our fridge, and it loved us. Like it wouldn't hang out with us, but like it always came back for that fucking food. And then
the spoiled food.
we were having a bonfire one night, and this guy came. One of our friends came over, and he was fucking with it, and like chasing it down and trying to catch it. And he did, and he grabbed it up by the tail, and it just reached up and bit this motherfucker on the arm. And,
Did he have rabies or anything?
No, they don't carry rabies.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never seen a possum.
Yeah, possums
they're
are actually.
Scary looking. They're really ugly.
I think they're kind of sweet.
No. They're scary looking. The teeth.
Man, they're a controversial animal for real, because like everyone thinks they carry rabies and they don't. They don't really carry a lot of diseases they can give us. And then they're like, everyone either thinks they're cute or they hate them.
I like them.
Yeah, but anyways, don't fuck with your roommate's pets. That's my thing. It's like, don't come to your roommate's house and fuck with their possums, okay? Because we train them to bite people.
Did he come back after that? The biting incident? Not the friend.
Yeah.
Possum.
The friend came back too, but yeah, the possum did. Yeah, he came back. Yeah, he was getting our leftovers. Yeah.
He said, I can't miss
He's like, I bit this guy. I'm top dog now. Like, I own this backyard.
There you go.
We thought he died, and like for like a whole like 8 months he was gone, and then he came back when it was cold to like get more food from us.
Maybe he was like just on vacation.
he was out there
traveling.
trying to get some possum love or something, trying to find him a girlfriend,
Yeah, let me know
or a
how it goes
boyfriend.
out
I
there
don't
for
know.
you.
I'm rooting for that guy.
Praying for him. In my freshman year, I had this roommate. What should we name her, guys?
Jessica.
Jessica. Oh, it's always
So, Jessica, she came from a very like typical Hispanic household. She was very like much so like follow the rules, no drinking, no smoking, no none of that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, like I was like, you know what I mean. But at the same time, like we're all going into college, like. When we start, because when you live in it was technically a residence hall, but it was an apartment because the school had rented it out for COVID. And so we had to come up with a roommate contract. And she was trying to say like a curfew of 10 o'clock every single night.
Oh.
And on the weekends, maybe 11 o'clock. She was like, yeah, we were like, what?
Is she like Mormon
No,
or
that's
something?
She was Hispanic, so I think she was really Catholic. Or something like that, Christian or Catholic.
That makes
but
more sense.
she was super duper strict. She was like, yeah, like, blah, blah. And then she had this secret boyfriend that her parents didn't know about.
Oh my god.
And so,
Trauma.
Damn, Jessica.
yeah. So my roommates, so it was me, my sister, and my roommate, Alyssa. Her name's also
Oh
Alyssa.
my god.
And so, Jessica wasn't very the most experienced individual, and so girls, we have those conversations where we're like,
It's
oh
girl
my god,
talk.
with
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
girl talk,
Yeah.
girl talk, we're like, this man, you know what I mean, like, so it was like one of the first conversations we've had, and like obviously Jessica's like very interested because she's never even had people talk to her about that kind of stuff. Because I guarantee you, her parents never even gave her. I never got the birds and the bees talk ever, but
Catholics don't. I grew up Catholic. They don't do that.
Yeah, and she was so intrigued by it, and it's something that we like to talk about. So we talked about it, and so keep in mind, she had this secret boyfriend. They've only ever like pecked or kissed, and then all she's like, oh yeah, I think I'm ready. We're like, wait,
Whoa.
that's not what we meant. Like this is not like what we, because we're even on the couch showing things like just
Stop it on
like
diagrams.
yes, and we were like, no,
I'm
like wait, no, like take it at your pace, like go slow, you know what I mean?
Don't let the
She's like,
diagram sway you.
yeah, we're like, no, like it's fun, but like take it slow, and she was like, no, like I think I'm ready. We were like, do whatever you want, but we do think that like you should be like careful, it is your first relationship. And so we had gone out one night, and so keep in mind, Jessica was not the most she's a little awkward, a little nerdy, and we had told her like, okay, like if you are doing it, like if you need condoms, like we'll give you, we can give you some. She made it so obvious, like they're like kids, they're like trying to make it obvious that they're doing something that like they don't normally do. And she like had, okay, keep in mind, so sorry. Let me backtrack. Her parents, like they would FaceTime her, they would call her, they only lived like 3 hours away. And so back to that night, she had like asked my sister for one, and we're like, okay, we'll leave the apartment. And I'm pretty sure so they did it, right? And we're like, I know for sure they did it on that couch where we showed the diagram. Yeah. And it was
On
so,
the couch, bro.
yes, but so I'm the only one that came back that night because my roommate, I don't know where everybody else went, but oh no, I think my roommate was there. My sister was at her boyfriend then at the time, and the next morning, she's like banging on my door, and I was like, hello, and she's like with her boyfriend. She's like, can he hide in your room? And I was like, what?
No.
She was like, I was like, why? She was like, my parents are here. I was like, shut up. And so keep in mind, like, you know, like when people, they like have fat hickeys on it because they think they're cool. So he had given her like a big ass hickey because they thought it was super duper cool. And she had walked around to school like that too. And I was like, girl, no, you have to
that's
cover
so
that up.
tacky.
So keep in mind, it's like August, September. She put a 4th of July bandana right here, and then went to go get. I was like, tell them no, like tell them you're not home right now. She was like, no, like they're already here. And I was like,
you don't have to be there.
Tell them I have explosive diarrhea. Like tell them someone.
And I was like,
in here
at
is
least
sick.
cover
like,
it or something, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, go ahead. So I'm like literally laying. I'm trying to go back to bed, and this man, he's weird too. Sorry, don't mean to be like rude, but like he just sat there and was just staring at me, and I was like, so how are you? Like, I'm trying to go to bed, and I'm like, so how are you? And yeah, so then like he's still in my room. The next thing you know, like I hear like yelling and stuff and like things moving. They moved her out that day.
Are you kidding
I was
me?
like, tell them we just like, because I'm assuming that they saw a condom or something in the trash or hickeys, you know. I was like, tell them we just played a joke on you and that like we just fucking put condoms in your room, something like that, you know. They moved everything out that day. Like they unenrolled her in college. They like, and he was in my room being like, she's breaking up with me. I was like, boy, they're fully moving her back. Like
I think that's the least of her worries right now.
yes, they like fully moved her out that day. We kept her air fryer.
That's like really sketchy religious, dude. That's like,
and it was so weird.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what is going on? I was texting my sister in my other room. I was like, they're moving her out right now. Like, she's literally gone, bro. Like,
and the dude's waiting in your room the whole time they're moving.
He's just there.
Do you have a window? I'd have been like, you gotta go, buddy. Like, this is
but it's
too
like
much.
had a drop. Like,
Well, you're not doing it. He's a big boy. He could take a hit. Like, Jesus.
no, they literally moved her out.
That's crazy.
Unenrolled her in college, like moved her back home, and
is Jessica still with us?
She is
Do
not.
we keep in contact with Jessica?
No, we tried to reach out to her. Keep in mind, she was a little weird. We tried to reach out to her a couple times, but like she said that her mom, like she works out with her mom right now because like they want to watch her every movie. But then they bought her a car, and then I'm just like, I don't think.
Yeah, but they're probably fucking tracking it.
Yeah, but
there's an air tag.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, what is even happening right now?
No, that's crazy.
Well, at least you guys had the decency, or like she had the decency to like let you guys know she was doing that instead of just like doing it while everyone was there in the middle of the night and you had no idea what was going on.
No, it's because she literally wanted it to be known.
Yeah.
And you're like,
She said, guess what, you guys?
You know, like, it's like when, you know. Like,
I had a roommate that like, so he wasn't supposed to move in, but like he needed a place and like he was our really good friend. So we're like, yeah, we'll just curtain off this big room and it'll be like your room for like however long you need to stay here. And like he would bring girls back there. And keep in mind, he just has a curtain. There's no door. There's no
way,
sound. It's
bro.
just a curtain.
No
and so,
way.
Yeah. You'd be like waking up like, all right, that's great.
I'm sure the girl has a home.
Yeah.
They could do it there.
She comes back, sees just a curtain, says, anyway.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's... Wow. So...
Did you ever say anything to him?
Oh, we made fun of him relentlessly for it.
Oh, but that did not stop him.
No,
But
absolutely not.
Curtain?
Yeah.
Did he share that room with somebody?
No, just him by himself.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild. That is crazy.
Yeah, so... Roommates, man. They're fucking awesome, dude.
I also had a 60-year-old roommate that tried to attack us.
A 60?
Huh.
You live in the college dorms?
No, it's student housing, so it's an apartment complex not associated with the school. But turns out she tried to attack us. She thought we were like talking about her. it was crazy.
Oh my god.
And turns out she was like mentally like not there, and she just stopped taking her meds. And we're like, she's like, yeah, I don't need them anymore. Like, because we had to call the police and everything. Because of how bad it got.
I got that she was mentally ill when you said that she was your roommate at 60 years old. I was
living
like,
with
why
like
would
18,
you?
19-year-old
Yeah,
girls.
like come on, dude.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that to myself now. Like, no
No,
offense.
it was no offense, sorry, but
Full offense.
yeah, it was like
No offense. Fuck these old people.
yeah, but it was crazy. And then I think that's it for. I know I have more stories, but I can't really remember.
Yeah, I have so many stories, but you know, it's like they blend together now because they're so crazy.
Yeah. Do you have any more you want to share?
Similar with your curtain guy.
Oh God.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, let's get into it.
Same roommate. So this is still freshman year. Same roommate who ate paste.
Okay.
So I wasn't home yet. I was like on my way back, but like, two of my roommates were just like hanging out like in my like shared room. Like they were all just like two of them were hanging out. Paste girl comes back and she has her boyfriend at the time. Like they walked in, they said hello to like everyone. They're like hi, like they walked back to her room and it's a shared wall. Proceeded, and I showed up probably about like 20 minutes later. Proceeded to have very loud sex, just like right there, knowing that then three of us were. She knew of two people that were home, and still like said, anyways, loud. Weren't even trying.
That's rude. That's
Yeah, I
foul.
know.
Like I would only
Dude,
ever do
I
that when
mean-
when I knew nobody was home.
Yeah.
Yeah, like seriously. And the second
'Cause that's,
you
like,
heard someone,
disrespectful.
like it's over. You know, like whatever. Like
No, because
it's like,
even when I hear the people
gotta-
upstairs, I get pissed
I'm just
off.
like,
yeah,
Really,
like some common decency. Like yeah, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. You know, you are who you are sexually, but like if you know you're like that, maybe plan it a little better.
No, not to be that. Okay, I kind of have like thing too. So like my sister. So I did not like the boyfriend, this specific boyfriend, because we just did not get along. He was disrespectful towards me, and one time she wanted me to go stay at a friend's house, because they wanted to have a romantic night, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that for him. And we had just gone into an argument too, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, fuck no. Like, you guys are rude to me. Like, why? Like, we were just obviously like in a not a good place. And it was like, what time they proceeded to like purposely make it so I could hear. I was like,
Aw.
and like I couldn't do it back because like I was in a long distance relationship at the time. I was like,
You just having really loud FaceTime sex.
no, bro. I literally had to put my headphones on, and I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
Dude, that's
Not
whack,
in spite
man.
of you being there. That's crazy.
Yes, like like they purposely did that shit loud.
I would have purposely gone in and just like thrown a glass of milk or like a carton of milk on him, dude. Like,
Just eyes
No.
closed,
You
just
wanna fight,
guessing.
dude?
That shit was.
if you do it to
crazy.
spite me, then yeah, I mean, I can play too, you know.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that's it. Do you guys have anything else?
Oh, I think, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of it. Roommates are something fun to experience. I think everybody has a good and a bad roommate story. We tend to have a couple of each, but I definitely think that having roommates is an experience to at least have once in your
Yeah,
life.
it's definitely fun. If you're living in your parents' house, get the fuck out, dude. Get some
Yeah,
roommates.
just go live with some people. Go have some
Yeah.
fun, because like you get to do whatever you want, but at the same time you got to learn how to
Yeah.
manage it.
Yeah, it makes you a better person because you learn how to deal with other people.
Yeah,
And the different
exactly.
dynamics.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Well, clearly we didn't figure things out in 20 minutes, because I feel like it's been a lot longer. But that was Quarter Life Crisis.
Oh, yeah.
That might be the last one for a while.
R.I.P. maybe.
Might go on a hiatus.
Maybe we'll just do it on our own. But
Just on a Zoom call.
yeah, maybe a Zoom call. Anyways, thanks for watching or listening or
Bye.
whatever. Bye. Oh wait,
You're
I
spill.
didn't contact him from the last thing we talked about. I did not contact him.
Oh, that's so good.
I wanted to,
Wow.
but it
Because
didn't.
it didn't get 2 views.
Yeah, it didn't. It didn't get the 2 views. Anyways, bye.
Bye.